So my name is Molly Astorita, and I am the International Admissions Counselor at the University of Northern Iowa. And we are a university that incorporates a liberal arts education. So I'll talk a little bit more about that. So universities that incorporate a liberal arts education are usually medium or larger public institutions, and they can be found throughout the United States. The universities might have larger class sizes, especially during the first year when many students might be taking some of those beginner courses. So you might imagine that larger lecture hall with all the rows of seats and that big chalkboard and the professor in the front. But typically class sizes do get smaller over time as students progress in their degree. And similar to a liberal arts college, these universities do want students to have the flexibility to choose some courses and to broaden their horizons in other areas. They want students to have a solid foundation in other fields to be able to be prepared for the various situations that come up in life, or maybe even find a better fit, like maybe a different major or obtain a minor in something that you weren't planning on before. So as Katie noted, many larger universities are sometimes made up of individual schools or colleges within that university. So you might see that there's, like at a larger institution, you might see that there's a college of business within that university, but just know that you will still get that degree from that university and be taking, potentially taking liberal arts courses as well. So just be familiar with that wording. And if you have questions about that, hearing about the different colleges within a university, you're always welcome to ask an international admissions counselor, or someone from the school will help you out with that. And then just so you know, many universities, sometimes like when you're maybe working on your 4-year plan, they do want students to select courses, sometimes in these following categories I listed there. There will be courses listed in the general education, or maybe sometimes known as a liberal arts core. Then there will be the major requirements, and then there will be electives as well. So each university might adjust the number of credits that you need in these categories, but overall universities want you to take many courses in your field of study, but challenge you to take those few courses in areas that could benefit you in the future, and also allow you to have some classes for fun that might be of interest to you. I remember just a little, thinking back to my time in undergrad, I remember taking, I was Spanish and international relations, but I remember having to take extreme biology and like a religions of Japan course for one of my liberal arts courses. And this really, even though extreme biology is not really related to international relations, it still gave me a good foundation of knowing more about the body and like the animals around us. I know I've even referred, to some things during the Olympics, like, oh, I remember learning about, some things like that with the swimming competition and whatnot. And also like when I took the religions of Japan course, it led me to be able to have deeper discussions with my classmates from Japan and helped me learn about myself and beliefs in the process. So being a part of other courses really could challenge you and also assist you with other things in the future. And then just to let you know, during the final years of studies, sometimes students need to complete something called a capstone project. So this is where students will be able to piece together what a person learned from many of their courses and really show their academic advisor or department what they've gained and maybe could accomplish, after graduation. So these projects could be like a final paper presentation, a hands-on project, maybe putting together a portfolio, but it's a good way for students really to take everything that they learned from the various classes and majors and electives and put it all together in one to show their department and maybe classmates what they've all learned. So, but of course, before we get to that ending of that capstone, of course, you really do have to know what type of major, and things about how to choose a major. So I'm going to have a little audience participation if you're willing. And it's okay too if no one feels like participating, but just in the chat box, if you wouldn't mind, if any of you know maybe what major you're interested in, or maybe just letting us know if you are undecided. That would be good as well. We're just kind of curious maybe where you're all at in this process, but we'll just give it a few seconds. But if no one is participating, that is a-okay as well. So
it's okay to also put like your favorite class in school right now, or a topic or interest that you have. And it's totally fine, and I'm going to talk about this more, to not know what you want to study as well.